What about the computer?
I wanted to know a little more about
Computer.
Mr. Coxey and the use of him. I wanted to know, I had to ask for this information to be put on the agenda last Saturday, so they've had a full week to get the information. I wanted to know how much money he's been, I realize we haven't paid the bill yet,
right,
but it'd be easy to find out how much hours he has involved.
Okay.
He had a week to do that. I wanted to know how much money has been spent on that attorney to date.
Well, I don't know. I have to talk to him on Monday and find out. It's to get the updated bill.
Okay.
I really don't know.
Okay.
No one knows because we haven't been billed yet.
How much did we pay him per hour?
I don't know. It depends on the hour.
How much does George Coxey get per hour?
I think it's a graduated scale. Between 175 and 250.
The 175 would be for one of his legal assistants?
No, 175 is for the low-end lawyer up to, I think, well, it's 225 to 440 or something. For the lawyers, for the legal assistants, it's $75 to $125.
Do you have a letter from the attorney that engages and tells you how much those fees are?
Yeah.
Could you make that public, please?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Don, go ahead.
I wanted to know which board members decided to use Mr. Coxey in this recall effort? Which ones of you?
I think I was on vacation at that particular meeting, but I believe it was a February meeting. They voted on it.
No, not to engage him. I mean to engage him in the recall business of writing the 4-page opinion, the legal opinion, and to send the threat letters to the board members.
I don't think you sent any threat letters.
Yes,
Well,
he
they-
did.
yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yes, he did. I got one.
You talking about the cease and desist?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I'd call that a threat letter, but
That's
When you threaten a lawsuit, that's a threat. But I wanted to know which board members decided to engage him in this.
Well, he was engaged
Somebody-
he was engaged prior to that. It was only after that meeting last month. Can I clarify that? And things were going in that direction, and then we found out that the bank was being requested or talked to about transferring funds.
I understood that, but my question wasn't
That's when
that.
I got him involved. I
Okay, so
talked
you
to Carlin,
did-
and I called him and let him
Carlin?
know. He spoke with the bank gave him all the information. Actually, the bank manager had the president of Clackamas County Bank call him, and that's when the letter went out to the bank and the other letters.
Right, I understood the process. What my question though was, is which board members, you said you did, Carlin, you did, which other board members were involved in that decision?
We talked to it, but
Just the two
I
of
was the
you?
one who actually emailed him.
But you were the only two board members that were involved in actually contacting Mr. Coxey and asking him to render the 4-page opinion and to send out the letter?
Yes. No, we didn't ask him to send out any letters. We just told him what was going on.
Well,
and
but
the
somebody
fact that we were
asked him to-
concerned
Whoa,
about
whoa, whoa.
actually-
No, you didn't do that.
Who did that?
nobody asked him to send a letter out, Joe said.
No, the 4-page legal opinion was rendered by Fotheringham. Who asked him?
I asked him for a legal opinion.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I just asked.
Because that's
So-
why we have him,
So
so
you
that we
did
can have somebody who can guide us as to what's really legal
Okay,
and not.
my next question about that is that do you have the unilateral authority to do that? Or does that require a board action to incur bills like
It's
that?
never required board action in the past.
So
when
a
we need
single
legal
board
support.
member can call that attorney and have
Typically in
him
HOAs,
send him
Typically,
on
we get the
commission.
president to do it.
But you said you did it. You're not
He was,
president.
his daughter was in the hospital that day,
Mm-hmm.
and Carlin was not available, so I talked to him on the phone, and he gave me permission to get in touch with Coxey. That
Okay,
was
so
on
this was then a
Monday.
unilateral decision.
Don, typically, from my experience and my understanding, 2 people on any given board, like a homeowner association board, have authorization to talk to the HOA's attorney.
Okay.
And that would be Joe and me.
Where's that in our documents?
No, I'm just saying typically.
I don't care about that.
Okay.
Where's that in our documents?
We don't have that.
Our petition was typically good.
Okay, go ahead. What's your name?
Richard Nide.
What's your lot number?
I don't know.
Hang on.
But we know where he lives.
Right over here.
Take a picture.
I think the question is.
Just for the minutes.
I think the question is, who specifically is directing the actions of this attorney?
Well, I'm in contact with him,
Who is directing his
and
actions?
Joe's in contact with him.
Who is directing his actions?
I think he is.
No.
Attorneys
No
don't
action.
do
We
anything
don't
without
call for
authorization.
action, I don't believe.
I haven't asked him
Who
to
is
do anything.
directing his actions? Who's asking him to do specific tasks?
Joe and I are in contact with him and getting advice from him about how to
So
proceed.
you're asking
to make
him
sure we
questions and he's
proceed.
doing all this stuff on his own without consent? Is that what you're telling me?
Doing what stuff?
Writing demand letters, writing threatening letters.
That was what he felt was necessary under the
Was there any
circumstances.
discussion about that before he did it?
I don't remember that. No.
Is he a rogue attorney?
We can have him here. Have him at the meeting.
Well, I'd like to know, if he's acting on his own without your authorization, he's not doing
He
his
has
job.
our authorization, but we don't tell him and direct him what to do. That's why he's.
You don't.
Attorneys don't do anything without direction.
Definitely.
Proof of that.
Required to give you a chance to review anything they send out. If
Well,
he's not
he
doing
hasn't
that,
said
or
no.
if you're ignoring it, there's something wrong here.
Yeah. He hasn't, I haven't instructed him to do, the cease and desist letters.
All right?
I think
Next
he did that
question.
on his.
What have you asked him to do?
He should be turned
What have you asked him to do? Rod?
Yeah.
Anyone?
You the lawyer for it.
I haven't asked him to do anything. We hired him.
Somebody had to ask him to do something or he wouldn't have done anything yet.
What was asked of him was, we have a group that we feel is illegally trying to take over the board, and what do? And we turned it over to him. He's an expert in this field, and that's what he's doing. He didn't ask us, should I do this, should I do that? You go to a doctor, he's gonna tell you. I'm just making
So there you go.
an analogy, he's
That's
the
it.
expert. You don't tell the expert what to do, that's why you hire him.
So if he chooses to work for 40 hours in a week, he can bill us for 40 hours in a week because he feels it's the right thing to do?
I don't think so. He can choose to bill us, but we wouldn't pay it.
But if he's doing things without your direction, then you don't have to pay it?
No, that's not true.
Take it out of your
Go ahead.